kaiju, turtles, Dragon Ball, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Hello collectors, Steven here, and I'm bringing you another World of Nintendo review, and it's not going to be a Mario one. It's actually going to be a Metroid one, and one that seems like it was rather difficult to pick up because I only actually saw one of these in my area. Yeah, it's going to be the Samus Aran Phazon suit. World of Nintendo 4-inch scale figure. That's a mouthful. The Phazon suit World of Nintendo release. This is going to be the last suit that you pick up in Metroid Prime before you head on into the Chozo ruins and take on the Metroid Prime itself, the Guardian of Talon 4. Now with this one, if you're a fan of the source material, you may note that there are a couple of inconsistencies here, but should that be enough to drive you away from picking this one up? Let's take a look to see whether or not this, keep in mind, $10 figure at MSRP is worth adding into your collection. To contrast the black and the red on the figure for the arms and the legs, they really used a nice bright silver here. Is it really accurate to the source material? Not quite. It does appear to be a more toned down, a sort of dimmed gunmetal coloration. I'm looking right now at a rip of the Phazon suit from Metroid Prime, so it's not quite accurate. This is definitely much brighter. And then also the arm cannon is not silver. From what I'm able to see right here in front of me, it is blue. Now on this render, she does have the Phazon beam equipped, so it is giving off a bit of a blue glow, but even still, it's not accurate. But that being said, considering the price point, they just reused what paint that they used for the body. If they would have dialed it back and used a closer paint application to what is accurate for the source material, that would have been much better. And then also, it actually does look like, now that I'm taking a quick look at here, that they actually painted the arm cannon correctly in the promotional pictures. So Jax, what are you doing there, bud? Now, talking about accuracy aside, the actual application for the paint is rather nice, and there really doesn't seem to be any quality control issues whatsoever. Of course, when we take a look at the finer details for the red paint, sure, it may not be masked completely perfect in some areas, it may not be in the lines completely perfect in others. However, for the size, it's just fine. If you like the Phazon suit, this is a rather solid representation of how it looks to throw up on your shelf if that's something you would like to do. Now, this does have a few points of articulation, and what are we taking a look at? Nothing super in-depth. We do have what is effectively a swivel for where the head plugs in. We do have swivel shoulders that are effectively just going to be on a V-cut. Do note that they will collide in with the head if you are not careful with how they move. We do have bicep swivels on both arms along with elbow hinges, which is rather nice. Also, something of note, we do have an elbow swivel that can be found on both arms. Very good. We do have a bit of an ab swivel, not a crunch, very odd there, but hey, cool. We do have V-cut hips, which oddly enough have a bit of a swivel when they are in a neutral position. Okay. We do have hinge knees with a swivel at them as well. For ankle articulation, there are going to be swivels, no hinges, no ankle rocker movement, or no ball joint movement. So rather straightforward articulation, but do take note she can put her hand over the arm cannon. Now as an accessory, we do get the morph ball. Again, Phazon suit design. Mine here, quality control issue, looks like the paint's chipping just a little bit after a little bit of time on display. But other than that, that's it. So if you do want some accessories or effect parts, you can look to other options on the market. And for $10, the only thing that I would have expected Jax to do is to include one of those instead of Morph Ball. Maybe on a subsequent release of this, they could have done that to maybe encourage people to double dip, but c'est la vie. Now here's a size comparison with some other figures that you may just have up on the shelf and some other Metroid collectibles that you may have. As you can see, again, this is meant to be a 4-inch scale figure. And that's about all I have to say there for the sizing. So buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. At original MSRP, this was $10. Keep that in mind. Aftermarket shoots up from there, going to the moon, as the kids are saying these days. So if you do keep that in mind and you do like the Phazon suit, this is fantastic to throw up on your desk or just to fiddle with whenever you're doing other things, like you are recording your reviews for E3 week. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. So overall, not terrible. It's pretty fun. And it's great to have a nice representation for Metroid Prime in your collection. That's about all I have. Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.